Hello everyone, my name is Ark and welcome back to another Marvel Legends review. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at the retro-carded Marvel Legends series Secret Wars Iron Man. That is a title, to say the least, but I saw this guy at my local Target and I was like, I need to have those damn roller skate shoes for my classic look Iron Man, and honestly, I wanted to get all of them except for this guy. I don't care about the Beyonder. He's okay. He can leave. But I'm definitely getting Captain America and Spider-Man. Not too sure about Wolverine, but I also have Tatiana. I found her as well. So you'll guys see a video of her soon enough if you guys want it. So without further ado, let's take this guy out and see how he looks. Alright, so here we have Secret Wars Iron Man from Marvel Legends, and I gotta say, this guy actually looks pretty good. Whoops. Turn off my light there. So, this guy stands at a whopping 6.5 inches to the top of his head, which is really, really nice for a figure. Here he is compared to the Mafex Spider-Man that we took a look at a couple of days ago. At this point, he is much taller, and I actually do like that because technically Iron Man should be tall because it is a guy in a suit. So the suit should be tall. So far, so good in terms of the scaling from the looks of it. I did want to get the Mafex Classic Iron Man, but I could not find it anywhere for a good price. So this will have to do for the meantime. Now, in terms of the aesthetic, he is pure plastic. There is like no paint whatsoever besides the actual, like, these two tips of the actual chest and even probably the arc reactor chest. Now, I don't know if it was called the arc reactor back then because I am not a real comic book fan. Sue me. And also the eyes. The eyes are actually no, they're not printed. They're actually painted. So you could probably paint them more if you wanted to. But besides that, he's pretty much all plastic. So he's very, very shiny. I kind of like it. I really do like it. It makes it feel retro for sure. I really like how shiny he is. I don't know why. He looks nice. But yeah. Now, in terms of the articulation, just to kind of move on from that, the articulation, he actually has, I would say, decent articulation. Not the it's your usual for Marvel Legends. So, unfortunately, no double ball peg for the head. He only has a hinge neck, which is annoying, or a disc neck. But it does allow you to sort of put the head all the way up to actually make it look like he's flying, which is really nice. I think your Iron Man should be able to fly. Now, I don't remember. I don't know if he was able to fly back then. I have no idea. But again, looking up is pretty good, actually. So this is as far back as you're probably going to get just right off the bat. But if you push the head slightly backwards, you're going to get a better range of movement all the way. It's pretty much breaking his neck and esophagus right there. So there is that. Now you can also have him looking down about that far, which is, again, really good. The disc neck does really help in terms of looking forward and backwards, but moving it side to side can be an issue as well, because it kind of doesn't work that well. And of course, you can't rock it side to side because it is a fixed disc right inside of the neck. And also there's like barely any noticeable movement, you can barely notice the disc itself just from the front. You can't even see it from the back. It's just pure plastic right there, but again, you can barely notice it, although mine is actually placed in the wrong segment. I think they cut it out wrong because you can kind of see, I'm getting close here, you can see like some empty area here where the actual mark of the line doesn't go all the way and that kind of has a square look. So I'm guessing that they probably didn't have this figure completely sort of set right into the manufacturing process. So that's a lot of talking for just the head. For the arms, you can get him into to do a T-pose. For some reason, my right shoulder is a little bit more stiffer than the left one, but that's fine. I can always fix that myself, even though I shouldn't have to. But 90-degree T-pose angles, which is really good. No butterfly joints, which kind of sucks, but at the same time, it's Iron Man. At this stage, I don't think he had butterfly joints himself, but he does have a bicep swivel and also a double jointed elbow that works wonders. Although it is a different plastic, which kind of sucks because it's not glossy. So it does break the illusion from, actually, it's not the most noticeable. Like, I didn't even notice it until now, until I actually used the elbow, but it is more of a satin finish compared to the gloss finish that the actual figure has. Again, it's more noticeable in person than it is on camera. It is a slightly stronger yellow than the yellow they used for the gloss. For the hands, you do have hinge hands, which is the common stuff for Marvel Legends, of course. No wrist swivels, which sucks because we do have calf swivels here, but that's fine. For the chest, of course, we do have him leaning forward about that much, which actually is not that good, actually. I expected more from an abdomen section like that, but going backwards, he can go backwards incredibly good. Doesn't look as bad with the actual pecs right here, so looks pretty good. I like it. And of course, we do have the waist swivel, of course. For the legs, he can do the splits pretty well. I will say be careful with the side disc because they could probably break off easily. Mostly because they're sort of attached to one segment and they don't seem to be like plugins. It's mostly just like glued on there. So again, just be careful on that. I will say he does look a lot brighter on camera than he is in person. So just bear with me. He looks a little bit orange, actually. Let's see if I can fix that. That makes him actually look too much mustard yellow. It's like an in-between those two things that you just saw. For the legs, he can kick forward about that far, which is actually pretty decent, about 90 degrees. Wish it could go higher, but it's fine. Can't kick forward because he has that metal ass in the back, which is great. We do have a thigh swivel, double jointed knee, which is actually pretty decent. Although, again, I'm not going to get too much into it, but I think this section is a little bit too long than this. So, yeah. I'm not Anthony Custom, so I'm not too sure about anatomy like he is, because he's been doing it longer than I have. So I'm not gonna steal his glory or his knowledge because I don't know that. We do have again a calf swivel and a hinge foot that goes forward that far and backwards this far. So I've been talking about his articulation a lot, and I've been talking a lot throughout the entire video. So let's just move on into the accessory section to see what this guy comes with. And I gotta say, I'm actually glad that he comes with a lot of things. So let's take a look at those real quick. Alright, so in terms of the accessories, we actually do have quite a bit, especially for a quote-unquote $25 figure, but I got this for $18 because of the current Target sale. Thank you, Target. So this guy does come with this little thing. I don't know what it is, but he does sort of like change in between his mask head and unmasked face. He looks a little orange on here, but it looks really nice. And this is like sort of like a clamp thing. I don't know how you're supposed to use this. It looks like you're supposed to use it as a shield on like the promotional pictures, which is fine. You sort of pop this off. Now you have the little holographic thing, which looks actually really nice, and it seems to be quite decent quality. Just a piece of cardboard there. But you do get the Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars 40th anniversary right here, which you can insert here if I am correct, and you should be able to just have this. But I don't know why you'd have this, because this looks a lot cooler. So I'm gonna switch that back real quick because I don't want that to be on there. I'm gonna have this be the main thing because it looks cool. Once you open it, it doesn't really close back up, which kind of sucks, but it's fine. It'll stay closed no matter what. But then we have this thing. I don't know what this thing is. If you are still watching this video at this point, then please tell me what this is, because I am super curious and I want to know how to actually use it, because this feels like it's supposed to attach to something, but I don't know what it is and I can't see it on the actual figure. There's like no slots for it either. So if you're seeing it, please let me know. Or if you know what to do with it, please let me know. Then we have these two sort of like effects that kind of feel like they're like if you finish firing something and it's just kind of like the smoke coming out, which is actually really nice. I like that. We do have the two propulsor rays, which look beautiful. I like the soft plastic they use for these, and they're sort of like translucent look. Very nice. We do have a holding hand, which I'm guessing is for either this little shield or this gun-looking thing, which is fine. It does have a hinge that goes side to side, so not back and forth, but side to side. And of course, we do have the two propulsor hands, which look really nice, and they're static, so you can't really rotate them whatsoever, which is fine. And the most disappointing thing, I thought these little skates were gonna have wheels that actually rotated, but they don't. They're just regular solid skates. I have no issue with it. I just wish they were actually rotatable for that, so yeah, a little bit disappointed on that end. But now, sort of leading into my final thoughts, I do think this Iron Man is actually a pretty good figure. I've heard nothing but praises about the current Secret Wars line of Marvel Legends, and I can definitely see why. This Iron Man is a great addition to it, especially for my collection. Surprisingly, I have no Iron Man figures as of the current moment, besides this one. So, a great addition to start with like a quote-unquote classic look. So yeah, I'm gonna give this figure an 8 out of 10. It's a good figure. I just think that some paint application and a little bit of better articulation in some areas would have definitely helped out this figure, especially in the neck area and even in the shoulders as well. The torso as well too. But besides that, I actually do think this figure looks really nice. Paint application could have also been done better. I already mentioned that. Just a little bit of like shading here and there, making it look more classic and not so plastic looking, like the actual arc reactor in the middle. That looks nice and matte finish, and I really like that. I just kind of wish the figure itself looked like that. Yeah, I understand it's a full metal suit, but I don't think it should look plastic. It should look metallic if that's the case. But yeah, I think an 8 out of 10 is more than sufficient for this figure, especially for a Marvel Legends, because it also has a great deal of accessories for what they normally do nowadays. But that is all the time I have for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think about this figure, the line itself of the Secret Wars, if you're enjoying it or if you're not. I would love to hear that in the comments. But besides that, I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.